What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. In today's video, we're going to be checking out Halsey's Room 93 album. Now, on my channel, I did a little bit of Halsey, maybe like 2 or 3 songs, and I said I wanted to do her albums. A lot of you suggested that I start with this one and work through her discography, so that's exactly what we're going to do, starting with this album today. It's kind of cool that I don't really know what to expect. I kind of know what the sound of her voice is going to be, but I've heard a lot of different variations in just the 3 different songs that I've listened to on the channel. So I'm actually really excited to get into this and find out what she does. This is a very short EP. It's only 5 songs, but I think it's a great introduction to get into this. Remember, if you guys like content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm very active over there. Links are always in the description as well. And with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and check it out. The first track we're going to listen to is called Is There Somewhere.
Just wanna feel your lips against my skin, but your lips hang heavy. I'm trying not to let it show. Things about me, romantic poetry.
So right away in this track, I immediately I can feel that unique sound from Halsey. She already has a very unique vocal style. You always recognize it immediately. And I love the production on this that has that little bit of, it almost has a little bit of a hip hop 808 drum bass in the back. And the way that she's able to sing over that so effortlessly, somehow bring it all together, that's like one thing I always notice about her music. I also really like the lyric, I didn't mean to fall in love tonight. And I can tell based on this song, I tried my best to listen to the lyrics, but I can tell that she's very honest and very raw in these lyrics. So I'm gonna try a little bit better to pay attention to the next song's lyrics because I think I might have missed something really good there. So the next track we're gonna listen to is called Ghost. Hey! This was one of those rare occurrences where I hear a song and I like the verse way more than the chorus. That's definitely what happened here. I love Halsey's ability to rattle off these lyrics so fast, almost like she's rapping. And I like the intensity of this song overall because even within the first like 5 seconds, we already had this beat drop. It was very fast. But this was one of those songs where I thought the chorus was good, but it wasn't quite as good to me as the verse was. And I love that because typically it's the other way around for almost like 90% of songs. And I don't know, I love the verse a lot. So I did look up the meaning of this song because I like to do that sometimes, especially when I can feel like there's gonna be good lyrics. And she said that this song is about being in a relationship with someone who is not emotionally invested and then finally making up your mind to leave. And she said that's what she did. So I don't know which relationship she was talking about there, but I do like that. I love that she puts so much thought into the lyrics. Sometimes you get artists that are so great at singing and they make such great sounding music, but they don't always have a lot to say, not a lot of depth in the lyrics. Whereas Halsey, I feel like that honesty is what she's putting first, and the rest of everything just kind of falls together and works out so perfectly. The next track we're gonna listen to is a song called Hurricane. Oh, that sounds so good. I love the dark production on this track. It's so weird. I don't know. I love where music like sort of is going, and I love to hear tracks like this where we've got extremely dark production, very muddy, electronic, heavy bass, distorted in the back, but Halsey's beautiful voice on top of this telling a story. And I read a little bit about it because you know I'm going to. And she said that this was about an older guy that she was seeing that lived in Brooklyn on Halsey Street. And then she went on to talk about how this song is like really trippy for her to play because she likes to keep her eyes closed and just kind of feel this song and go into the moment, which I could totally pick that up when I am listening to the beat behind this because obviously when it's that dark, it puts you in a trance. And then she says the meaning behind it, which I was kind of picking up, but I'm glad that I read it. Is it about sort of like having a guy that you know is going to be bad for you, he's going to treat you bad, take advantage of you, and then somehow finding a way to like twist that around. And the example that is used here is she says, I'm a wanderess, I'm a one-night stand, I don't belong to no city, and I don't belong to no man. But I definitely can tell with these albums that I want to have the lyrics at least somewhere near, because I think that is a big pull to Halsey. And even though her vocals are so beautiful and they're just so unique and interesting, and even though her production is crazy, that's like the icing on the cake, is to have those really great, deep, hitting, actual meaningful songs, and I can definitely tell that she writes from the heart with this. The next track we're gonna listen to is called Empty Gold. Oh, I love the instrumental already.
I try to breathe through the trees of loneliness.
Oh, I love that.
Smoke as black as charcoal fills into our
That's one of those songs where Halsey, over this instrumental, was like so, I don't know how to say it, hypnotizing almost, that it was actually difficult to pay attention to what she was saying, because I was just focused on how she was saying it and how she was delivering these words and lyrics over this beat. And that's one thing that I'm noticing with Halsey through a lot of the music that I've heard. The production is so good, and when you put the two of them together, you get something as great as this. There were so many moments where the song would build up and then drop and build up and drop, and you got like elements of electronic music with, again, those heavy bass lines that you would feel in a hip-hop song. And I don't know, it's so atmospheric to hear, and Halsey's voice over all of this just really made this perfect. It's always interesting to listen to an album or an EP rather than just listen to singles, because you get an entirely different experience than what you were ready for. I didn't really expect this to happen, where there's a good amount of variety in the sound, and there's only 5 tracks on this. But this Empty Gold by far is my favorite, and I don't know because I haven't listened to the 5th track yet, but this is by far my favorite because of how much was put into the production and how much Halsey just flowed so well over this. I feel like through her albums there's going to be a lot for me to learn. Okay, the last track we're going to listen to is called Trouble Stripped.
lick it off my lips like you needed me. So cool when you're reading me. Mind made up this time.
So far, I already like this song because this is more of a ballad style, which we haven't had yet. And so even though we've talked so much about the heavy production on this album, I'm glad that she did a track like this to really let herself stand out, so that rather than it being this one big puzzle piece of production and vocals and everything else, you're getting this stripped down version of her, and this is awesome.
Go on and light a cigarette, set a fire in my head, set a fire. Your life for me.
So I'm actually really stoked about this track. I'm glad we got a stripped down version because damn, her vocals are so amazing. I know I've said that numerous times here, but it's just something very unique about the style that she sings in and the delivery and the way she pronounces things. And I love this song a lot. There's a menace in my bed, can't you see his silhouette? I looked at the meaning behind this to kind of get an idea as to where she was when she wrote this. She said, someone who takes pleasure and takes some like sadistic joy in making you feel bad and hurting you in a mental way. And I kind of took that and put it into physical words so you could really understand how sadistic and twisted it is to be in a relationship where someone enjoys hurting you. And the fact that you could feel the pain that she was delivering throughout this entire song was perfect. And I don't know if like this ended up being a full song that isn't stripped. I don't know if that has all the production and stuff, but I'm glad this was my first time getting a chance to listen to it, to actually feel that pain and to feel the sadness, and also just get to really pay attention to how beautiful she sounds on this. So overall, I'm actually really impressed with this 5-song EP we just checked out. Again, I sporadically listened to a couple Halsey songs, but I really wanted to dive into the albums because I feel like that's where you get a really good chance to listen to an artist and kind of get the whole picture. And judging off these 5 songs, I definitely want to dive further into her catalog because there's a lot of variety here. It's hard when you put out an EP as an artist because you have to basically like show the world that, you know, here is a version of me. This is what you'll get when I put an album out. And obviously she has continued to grow and grow since this came out, with Badlands, which I think is next, Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, and then she's got another one that's coming out. I don't know quite all of the discography, but I am going to follow through with this, so if you guys want to check that out, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. But overall, I'm really impressed with that variety. I really want to give these albums the attention that they deserve, so I hope you guys liked today's video. I actually feel like I'm going to be a pretty big fan of Halsey's. A lot of you guys have talked about this Badlands album a lot, so I'm really excited to dive into that one. But if you guys like today's video, don't forget to like the video. Again, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my next album reaction / review that I do for her. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite track on this was. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.